Ah! I didn't see there. You scared me. You are the class for 7th hour, Mr. Grudzicki. Have a wonderful afternoon you have. For me it is a good morning. Good morning to drink Sprite. The fantastic fake champagne, and you can make yourself look fancy. Shall we begin? This is things you should know about opium. Code name or street names: Ski, Dover's Deck, Dover's Powder, Dream Stickiness, Pox, Joy Plant, Ghee, Big O, Black Stuff, and Block. The original name is opium. Opium comes from a dry latex that comes from poppy plants. Opium has up to 12% morphine, an alkaloid that is often processed chemically to make heroin for the illegal drug trade. It is mostly sold in Middle Eastern areas, parts of Asia, and India. Symptoms of someone using this drug may include: it calms a sense of well-being and a calm drowsiness, sedation. Not known as difficulties pooping, hives or welts, nausea, vomiting. An increased risk of suffering lung disease for long-term or lung cancer, as well as various health problems. Smoking opium, whether you keep smoking or you stopped smoking a long time ago, may linger for the rest of his or her life. Renal failure is one of many long-term effects of use. Not the common, but one of the most worst-case scenarios. This is damage to the liver, the kidneys, and these organs shut down. Injecting opium or opium derivatives, such as heroin and morphine and other prescription painkillers, can also have many long-term effects. Damage to the veins is likely when any drug is injected. Potential for contamination, STDs, or transmission to various drug abuse. Withdrawing symptoms include nausea, vomiting, and anxiety, as well as bone pain, diarrhea, constipation, and high blood pressure, as well as various other symptoms. That's not very well of a package deal. I wouldn't want that in my package deal. No, 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 no. Not today. It also includes sweating, cramping of the stomach, muscle pain, bone pain, diarrhea, insomnia, agitation, irritability, loss of appetite, mood swings, and depression and sadness. How is it used? It can be smoked in a pipe. It can be injected in a needle. And it can also be swallowed in pill form. Pregnant women and the male reproduction system. Opium increases the risk of miscarriage and can trigger premature labor as well. Similar to cocaine, a hell of a drug. Opium may also cause vitello-planting, which can be fatal for both mother and baby. What kind of drug is it? Opioid or narcotic? Because it slows down everything in your system: breathing, digestion, and heart rate. History started since 3,500 BC. History of opium goes back to the ancient times when the drug was used for ritual purposes and anesthesia. The ancient Egyptians, Indians, and Romans used opium as a pain reliever, and also included the drug in a surgical procedure to keep pain at bay. Opium can also be used for medical purposes up to the Civil War, the American Civil War, at which other times medication were developed and derived from the poppy plant to be used. Today, drugs like morphine and opioids are derived from the poppy plant, the same plant to make opium. Today, opium production is dominated by Afghanistan, but the level of production is significantly less than it once was. True that. Worldwide production of opium is estimated around 7 metric tons per year, versus nearly 35 metric tons that were produced in 1906 prior to the major regulatory actions that were taken during the 20th century. if you're wondering what a poppy plant looks like. This is what it looks like. Do you see that? That is the poppy plant. That white stuff is the latex, and then it turned out into a drug. And this is the pipe where the ancient people would smoke. They put the opium in here, and then inhale. I'll tell you a random fact. Did you know the Mesopotamian people who knew about this joy plant, the pregnant women or nursing women who had babies would put it on their nipples like this. Put it on there like that. And the babies would suckle. And the babies would fall asleep. For it is a calming drug that makes you fall asleep. Yes, that is all I have to say about opium. That is the things. And there was actually a war on it in the Chinese and the British. It turned out terribly. Terrible, terrible. I say, don't do drugs, children. Don't ever do drugs. Drugs are bad. Drugs are serious. Drugs are terrible. Leave the drugs to the bugs. Have a good night. This is Tia Taylor, Mr. Grudgicky's 7th hour. Good night.